I don't know if you know what a LoRA is, but most people just find a random one online and then they put it into their workflow and it doesn't always work out. And today I wanted to show you what it actually takes to create a LoRA dataset. And this one was specifically created for character consistency, which is what we need for storytelling. I'm Uros, creative director at Deep Vibe, and with 20 years of design and animation experience, from which I've been in Gen AI for the last 4, I just feel like I'm sinking deeper and deeper. Most of our paid work uses licensed closed source models. So I don't often get to play with open models, which made this a treat. Specifically here, I'm focusing on an open source Gwen image model 2512, and I've trained the LoRA for that Gwen model specifically. This is the hero art for the character. So from here, I'm basically building out a data set that places the character in a bunch of different environments, lighting setups, and poses. The whole point is just to show the character from as many angles and variations as possible. I start with the hero shot, and then I generate a bunch of images with different lighting and scene context. I'm really just trying to get as much variety as I can so the model learns what the character looks like in different situations. Once that's done, I make a matching text file that describes each image with tags. For example, things like a Shangwin plush toy character, relaxed, horizontal, gray belly, and picnic blanket. Basically, it's just a structured way of captioning the image. I bring it into ComfyUI. In this example, I'm using the Qwen-Image-2512 model, the FB8 version, along with the matching clip. Then I stack in a realism LoRA and the Shangwin LoRA to generate new images. At this point, I'm not using image to image anymore. Everything is just being driven straight from the prompt. So here, the prompt describes Shangwin as a plush soft toy that's half shark and half penguin. Soft fleece fabric, rounded toy proportions, stitch seams, and all that. From there, I test a few different realism LoRAs to see what each one gives me. One of the examples places Shangwin in the Grand Central Bookstore. The big limitation with the Qwen image model is text generation. So if I really like one of those outputs, I'll usually rediffuse it later with another model just to clean up the text. Here's the image to image part. So in this case, I'm feeding in a sailboat image, which is another huge advantage of using a LoRA stack, but switch to a different model, in this case, Qwen-Edit image 2509. And the result is Shangwin placed on a boat without changing the original background. That's honestly one of the best parts of image to image diffusion. You can keep the environment exactly as it is, still transforming the subject in a pretty controlled way. Yeah, this was just a little peek into the LoRA world. Hopefully, that helped make the whole thing a little clearer. And honestly, once you start stacking these pieces together, you can get some really interesting results pretty quickly.